fold here now. Come on.
Oh, and I'm probably gonna leave my fishing pole here too.
Or do we put it with it then? Or do you want me to try to catch it?
No, the fuck you're not. No, the fuck you're not.
I don't know how to use a fish pole.
I'm
I really
talking
don't.
about no, the fuck
No, I should know how to use a fish pole. So just put it by my stuff, right? I like that you folded it up and made it, look nice, because that's what's important out here. So just put those back. I might eat one of your
That's okay.
pickles.
Yeah, help yourself.
Oh, no, that's the last pickle. Lord knows.
I got hot pickles. I actually have hot pickles.
I'm so much scared for hot.
I know, me neither.
And I love spicy stuff.
I put it on the other side.
Put these in the shade right here. On my thing. Ow. Ow. I gotta fold mine up. Now it makes me want to fold mine up. I can't let my stuff look sloppy. So yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Nobody wants to see crap, I guess I'll go ahead and fold it. I'm lazy. I'll admit I'm lazy.
So what are you going to do today?
Well, I gotta go see the doctor, get a paper for my GR to continue. Because if you're not working, if you're not looking for work, GR is for people who are out of work that are getting support for while they're looking for work. But if you're not in a position to be able to work, whether it be physical or mental, you have to get an assessment. So the mental side is where they gave me a waiver. The doctor at the shelter actually prescribed me something called risperidone. So he could sign a paper for the waiver aspect. So I'm going to do that today.
How often do you have to be evaluated?
I got in '96 they first did the assessment here in California, and they said, yeah, he's eligible for the waiver. And once you get the waiver, I mean, once they say, okay, they can only give it to you for 2 years, but that 2-year period is for you to get Social Security disability. And I applied for Social Security disability in '96 when they told me, but I didn't follow through. But then I did follow through this time. 4 years ago, I applied. 3 years ago, I applied, and then I got denied. And then the appeal got denied. So I think I should get a lawyer if I really wanted to do it. But I don't want to be on it because it's like, who feels good about, being on that? Feel good about that subconsciously? It's not going to be a good thing because you're going to just not feel accomplished. So
Oh, and what about GR?
that's the thing is that I don't want to be on that either. When I first came out here, I was out here for a year before I went ahead and applied because I don't like public assistance. It doesn't do any good for anyone if you're enabling them to not do anything, and when you're not doing anything, you don't feel accomplishment. So if you don't feel accomplished, people should go out and work hard every day because no matter what, if you bust your ass and you only make $1 for the whole day, that subconsciously level, it's going to make you a better person. And I know that, and that's why I did try to keep a job most of the time when I had the kids going and stuff. I was a moving foreman for a couple of different companies, one in Austin, one here in LA. There was a moving company, high-end moving company that I was a foreman for. I worked at a bakery here, delivered for them Rockin' Wagner out of Culver City, but I got a red light ticket, and of course they wanted me to pay for it. So after not getting a paycheck for 2 weeks, I just decided to leave that job. But yeah, I mean, I get jobs. I'm good at jobs. I just, like I said, I wind up being an annoying guy. And That's what the boss told me. You know what the problem is? You're annoying. I'm Sun Man. You have Rain Man. He's introvert, and he's annoying but he's really smart. And I'm extrovert, so I'd be Sun Man. Hey everybody, and people don't want that all the time, but that's what I do. And so Sun Man is a real person. So I'd be Sun Man. Again, we had to do the twice a week shuffle that we do on Monday, Wednesday night, and then we do a Friday morning shuffle. So this is the Monday night shuffle that we're here Tuesday morning, and it went pretty easy. Everybody knew that they had to move. Cops were really smooth. They just came through and said notify us twice, and people moved, and there was no issues that I know about. But we got a little river running through here, but I think that's normal. You never know. They've been here too long. You know, gotta kind of keep the street clear for you know, regular people to come through. So we should be back on the beach by now. But they don't want us in that spot. I think it'd be a good idea for the guys or the girls to get at the point and try to spread it out, because that's been a cluster for at least 2 weeks now, and and nobody looks like they're doing the job if stuff stays the same that wants to be changed. So, if we're all here working together, that'd be the best bet, is to spread out or at least move from this spot.
So where are you going to go to now?
Well, I'm just kind of like floating with the masses, but I heard there's a build-up down there at the other bathroom area where the lifeguard station is. So I don't know how that's going, but it really comes down to the people that are out here just policing each other, keeping it clean, keeping it positive. These girls here, they're really good about telling people not, be making too much of a scene, because that's keeping the peace. They're good for peacekeeping situations. We had a guy last night trying to grab his girlfriend by the arm, and he knew real quick not he did anything to her. You have a lot of people, on his butt. So.
What time did they come by last night?
They came around. I'd say they came around 1 or 2. I mean, my alarm went off at midnight, but everything was fine. It's a lot quieter out here.
So they come by and they wake you up?
Well, yeah, but they just come out. They're really nice. The night guys are nice guys. I mean, the daytime guys are nice guys too, but they seem to be extra nice, because I think what it is, they don't want any ruffles, because it causes, they don't want to. They're really good. I mean, they've come a long way, I think, dealing with people, especially with mental issues that could cause, problems. But because they really are definitely engaging in a way they don't have to be. That's what it comes down to. So,
how much time do they give you to?
They give it plenty of notice. I mean, that's why, and the people that are out here right now, they've been out here for long enough to know that it happens. But they tend to forget the day that it is and say, oh, it's tonight, and then they get a little upset. But it's just a matter of, it's not a big deal if you don't have too much stuff. If you have a lot of stuff, it could become, a hassle. So it just, everybody's, when you lose a lot of things and you wind up on the street, you tend to start grabbing things and become a hoarder. It's a natural, I think, result. But as long as people say, hey, they don't let you hoard, because that's what they don't want to enable people to hoard out here. I mean, if everybody was hoarding and it was just a hoarder festival, the whole beach would be filled with just ridiculousness. I don't know. It's not ridiculousness, but still, in the way it is. I don't want to talk about my hoarding, because I hoarded some odd things. I hoarded poles for some reason. I had a window washing business, so it makes sense maybe why all kinds of poles and just random things. But most importantly, you just got to keep it a certain way. I mean, if we're already in a deep area of hatred towards the new minority group to hate, which would be the homeless, then the only thing anybody can do that's out here, that's hoped to they do, is not exacerbate the incident.
It's a lot better than it used to be, though.
Yeah. It was just craziness. It was MacArthur Park meets Skid Row out here, and that's just something that can't happen, because it is a park, People come here, they're stressed out when they come here. They come in from all over the world. You hear all kinds of languages. They don't want to come and get stressed. I mean, if you preserve anything, I mean, people are going to always see trash. They're always going to see graffiti. They're always going to see somebody with their pants down running around crazy. I mean, that's a lot of people come to Venice, is just to know that there's weirder than them, And so when that happens, you just got to preserve If you all, it's like this is supposed to be like amusement park, a fun place to go. Any fun place to go, keep it fun, So there's certain things you shouldn't do when you're trying to keep it fun, but a lot of people are not able to have fun these days. And I think people are losing the ability to have fun just based on being on the social media can cause that, because it's not a whole lot you can get out of that, but that's the way the world is. So with technology, I mean, it's going to become a guy in outer space. At one point, a guy in outer space with his robot. That's all he's got. So, I mean, we don't want to get together too fast. Let's have some more family reunion picnics and barbecues and whatnot, I think. So.
What kind of business did you say you had?
I had my own window washing business. I mean, there's dirty windows all the time everywhere, and I travel a lot, so it was good. It's a good business. It's not much. There's not a lot of overhead, and it's all based on how well you do your job, and if the people like how you treat them, then you have business. You know what I mean? And I like that because I annoy a lot of people, and I got fired for being annoying.
But it was your own business?
So it was my own business for that reason.
And do you think about doing that business here?
I mean, I could do a lot of things here. I really feel like once I get in a place that I feel like I'm not gonna have to worry about not being there, then I hopefully will start the transition speed up kind of thing. So.
Because you've been out here a while now.
Yeah, it's been in my wheels. But it's like Forrest running down the street. They said, "Why are you running?" Well, he had to process what he was going through. I mean, you can't tell anybody how to process losing a family member, a loved one. He didn't have Jenny. His mom died. I mean, he just started running. But a lot of people just start doing drugs, or a lot of people just start being abusive to others. I mean, that's the thing is we got to have a way to process, and Venice is that. I mean, when you think about it, people come here, like I said on the last interview, they come here to reset. You got to keep that. I'm sorry. You got to keep that. You just got to preserve the ability for that to happen. If that can't happen no more here, then Venice is not Venice anymore. And where do you go then? I mean, it's just decompression. Everybody's got to have a place to decompress.
So are you resetting yourself?
I mean, slowly. I mean, Glacier is my nickname, so I mean, slowly. I mean, it's still making progress, but it's like I'll be 50 in April, so it's like, well, he might figure it out before it's all over. I mean, as long as I do, that's the important part. But no, I don't want to say it like that. I need to go ahead and get my adult pants on and just be more serious and get that. That's what it's come down to. Just me not wanting to transition. Who does want to become an adult? Who does want to face older age? Nobody. So. But just, if I had to do it all over again, I would just get better at acknowledging things that there's nothing I can do about, and you just have to accept them. Acceptance is a big part of life that I just didn't want to, because once you accept things, then you have to embrace responsibility, and it becomes a snowball effect of, I'm an adult now, and who wants to go through that? But it's better to teach and to go through that than to wind up like me. But no, Chris Farley had that get bit about the van. I live in a van down by the river. Well, I mean, it was funny, but it's like I feel like that guy sometimes. I had a van, but it's not like that. It's just like we all want to have a peace. This place, America, is supposed to be about just being able to pursue what makes you happy, without affecting others. And so it doesn't make me happy to I think to be lived like this. But I know what it doesn't take me down as much as I almost doing the 9 to 5 and the grind. I mean, people with certain intellects, and I don't want to take away any people from the mindset. People with a certain intellect would understand that, and they don't have to appreciate it, they don't have to respect it, but you should respect, and until you're disrespected, then you should keep respect. And that's what it comes down to. I mean, you're going to have clash all the time. You got rich people with poor people. You got black people with white people. You got this people with this people. You got this and that and that and that. Well, just respect. You can keep it that way, And until when you're disrespected, you got to stand up for yourself. If you have self-respect, first you have to check yourself for self-respect, and then you can say, why are you disrespecting me? And that's where it goes wrong a lot, because it's easier to disrespect the homeless if they're not up on their hygiene, if they're not their manners aren't, if they're cussing real loud, being just abrasive. Nobody's going to respect that. So, and then people, they want to make a big deal. Oh, I'm homeless and you don't like me because of that. No, you're just not keeping your self-respect. And it's tough. We can't all just be adopted and have adults taking care of adults, which would be what it happens out here. But I don't know. I think you should just really feel like if you want to be helpful. People ride by all the time and scream epithets that have to do with the homeless situation. Oh, look at that! Oh my gosh! And what are they doing? And there goes the neighborhood. Well, I mean, can you be helpful or can you be hurtful? And you're not helping anything by just riding by, saying in a comment. You could come and say, hey, what do you need to get your day going, or what do you need to get this day a productive day? I mean, it's just every day if you can just take baby steps, you're still taking steps, instead of just being in the swamp of what would it be as the swamp? It'd be the swamp of, oh, woe is me. It's the swamp of like Eeyore and Tin Man combined, whatever that would be. It's like the woe is me indifference. You don't want to get that place. It's just gray is not a good place to be. So.
Where did you grow up?
I'm from Kentucky. I mean, we're survivors, so I think it's like if I do anything and if I survive and I went through a lot, then I at least accomplished something. No, I don't feel like that, but no, Kentucky's cool. It's just I was starting to get in trouble there. The law, I was getting in trouble, so you can get in that. And out here, I haven't gotten in trouble. California, obviously, I'm not too weird. California, because Kentucky doesn't accept weird. Oklahoma doesn't accept weird. Those places, they don't like weird. They don't like anything out of the ordinary. Here, out of the ordinary is the way to be. So I had to go where I'm already out of the ordinary from birth. So if you can't help but be out of the ordinary, you got to go to a place where out of the ordinary is okay.
Are you?
So
you were weird back then, quote unquote.
I was
As a
always
kid?
off. My dad's like, boy, you're in trouble. I don't know what he called me backwards, but I don't know. I'm smart. I tested 161 IQ and Mensa's 155. So maybe I should just join Mensa, and I could, if people go by and call me a homeless asshole or something, and I say, well, I'm in Mensa, and then they might appreciate that or express that, but I don't know.
Did you go to college?
I did junior college in Joliet, Illinois, and then I transferred to Northern Kentucky University, where I would just say that George Clooney went. Ha ha ha. No, people like the name drop. No, it was good. I left school though. Like that's what if I had one choice in the world to do over again, it would be to stick it out. Because I left for silly reasons. I didn't like my roommates, but I have the acumen. I had the grants and loans to get through there, and I just I left on a whim. I made too many rash decisions without thinking it through. But you can't change it now. But I would urge, if anybody wants to be a good parent, please at least put money aside for the kids if they have the ability or they have the desire to school them in a college situation, because that early accomplishment will allow them to take fallbacks in life that they won't let it take them all the way down. Because if you have a setback and you don't have a plan B and your heart's set on it, you're not going to know how to get out of that downward spiral. But if you have a major accomplishment early in your life, like a college degree, no one can take that away from you, and you'll have that no matter what anybody touches. Well, I graduated college. I don't care what you say. And then that's what will happen is you'll be able to know that for yourself. It's all subconscious. We live in a conscious world, but most of it's subconscious all the time. And that's what people don't realize. So subconsciously, when I ask somebody, hey, what time is it? And they say, oh, I don't have any. And like, well, I didn't ask you what if you had any money. But if they already have it set, that's what I'm doing, then that's what's going to be the response. And it's kind of tough, but we live in that kind of world. It's picking up speed, and we just got to, keep on trigger. I mean, the solution is always going to be found. They say the proof is in the pudding. Well, the solution is always going to be in the trenches of it. So that's why you see these lots of workers and these circle workers. It's nice that they come out here, but they're not in the trenches. I mean, they're out here, but you know what I mean. You're kind of more in the trenches than most people I see. I mean, you got a helmet on all the time. I mean, that's a good indicator, right there. So, I mean, but yeah.
What did you study in school?
I really wanted to do copyright advertising. I mean, I wanted to have a Super Bowl commercial. That was my
creative.
So, but.
Are you an artist too?
I sing. I haven't released anything yet because, again, I'm just waiting for the right time.
Do you like play the guitar and sing, or
No, I did saxophone in school, but my voice is one that I feel like I excels, and I never took it seriously. When I was going to college, I wanted to take a class for singing, and like a vocal production thing, and you had to do an audition, and I bombed it, and it just went downhill from there. But I feel like I could actually, be good in the recording industry. It's just, I just gotta set a goal and go for it. And if you set a goal, then you have to, you have to say, and you have to know if you failed or not. But if you never launch yourself, then you could just say, well, I didn't amount to anything, but I didn't fail at anything. That's not a good way to be. That's the gray area that we don't want to get in. So I just have to go for them. I was thinking maybe if I could find an event in the Olympics that I possibly could qualify. Hell, I'll go for the Olympics, 2028. That'd be an awesome story. Go. He got to the Olympics and he was 50 or 50 something. I don't know. I think there's an event I could do for sure. I just have to figure it out. I got 4 years to train for it. So, but anyway.
so did you write songs too?
No, I did poetry. I won awards for poetry. My writing is really well. I'm too talented to see. I'm stuck in a position where I have too many gifts and talents, and it's been too much of a dream spot for a lot of people in the world, wish they could be in. That if I don't amount to anything, then I wasted a lot of what people wish. If they just had that, they would amount to a lot. And that's where I'm at. I have to live with that, and I don't want to amount to. I don't want to not amount to something. So, getting off the streets is a big start to maybe mounting something. And that if I could get off the streets, and California was able to do that for me, then I feel like I have to be loyal to California because that's awesome. They're not doing that anywhere else. In Oklahoma, in Midwest City, I was the only first guy pushing a cart around town because and they never had nobody there. I had the protection order going, so I stayed. But I was on the streets the whole time for 5 years. But the guys there, the lieutenant wound up offering me a job with the city golf course, and I just wasn't ready. I didn't take it. So it's just a matter of me. And I'm against myself most of the time as far as that's what happens. I just put myself in that position. So I'll get it figured out. I just have to. I don't want to say I'm going to change my circle, but I mean. You don't want to be around what you can't. It's like because then I would just be abandoning what. I mean, I'm out here not because I have to be. I feel like that, but I feel like there's a lot of people that I could affect in a good way. It might not be the greatest servitude, but I feel like I'm serving something, and I don't. That's why I'm out here, even though I'm in the shelter. I'm still out here because I still serve in a way that needs, but. And if it doesn't get a lot of glory or pay, I still feel like it'll amount to something in my mind because that's what I have to go through. When I have to evaluate my life, it's like I have to accept myself. So if you guys don't accept me because I'm homeless, or don't accept me because I'm too heavy, or don't accept me because I just whatever, I talk too much or I annoy you, then that doesn't matter. That's what I get caught up on. I have to learn how to accept myself and love myself and then that'll be good. And so that's what I'm doing. So
do you still have family in Kentucky?
I mean, not really. My dad passed. My mom, she's probably passed. I really never had her. And I have a half brother, 2 half sisters that really I don't have a relationship with. I have kids though. The kids are the key to my accomplishing or mounting something because they don't know what's going on with me. The mom probably told them whatever. And
how old are the kids now?
They're getting old. I mean, it's been 9 years since I've seen them. They were 1, 4, and 5, or 2, 4, something like that. Well, no, they 1, 3, and 4. Honestly, when she put the protection order against me, put me on the street, and so it's been 9 years, and they're 13. I have 2 daughters, are 13, and they need me too. But it's just hard because I'm out here just trying to figure it out, and if I get in place, I think I'll be in a good spot, and because I don't want to try to go back and see them and try to do stuff, and they say, where do you live? And I live on whatever. That doesn't feel good. So if I can just get in this place, wherever they're gonna put me, and I get sober, and I get doing positive, productive things every day, I think, you know, I could have a happy ending to my life by just being, you know, knowing my kids knowing that I'm not just a, you know, a poop dad, you know, and I'm not. I'm a good dad, so that's what I'm.
Do you think the problem was not being sober?
I mean, you can blame it on whatever. I mean, the guy had the song, blame it on the alcohol, but what it amounts to is just you have to live with knowing that you are the only reason something didn't happen, you know, or you caused something not to happen, and that's what it comes down to. And so, the drugs are not good. I mean, it's a real thing. But you know, people are gonna do what they can do to cope, and I'm not saying it's coping. It's probably just deteriorating, but I mean, I could be doing a lot worse things, but it's just a matter of getting a healthy addiction. I mean, if people are doing drugs because they're addicted personality, you just got to get a healthy addiction. I mean, run down the street like Forrest did, or dance, or, you know, healthy addictions, you know, and that's what, I mean, it's tough because I just, you know, when you don't have a support system, it's going to be tougher. Well, I haven't had a support system my whole life, really, so I have no excuse, you know. I should be the most accomplished person that ever existed in the history of the world, honestly. But I don't know. I had this one little vision of me showing up to kick my ass. And I was like, I don't know who would win, but I don't want that to happen. Because I think the guy coming to whip my ass probably would, you know. Because, I mean, and it's funny to think about that, because it's like, you would hope that, you know, a brother could do that, or a dad could do that, you know, or a good friend would do that. Not kick your ass in a violent, hate you way, but just, you know, what are you doing, buddy?
Some tough love.
Yeah, just what are you doing? Somebody that would say, what are you doing? Because nobody out here says, what are you doing? They're just like, you know, looking at you a certain way. A guy gave me $5 yesterday because I was doing the dumpster thing like I do, and I wasn't making a mess. And I guess I had, you know, pressed him because I was all the way in the dumpster. I had stuff everywhere. But he had got there right at the end, and I was cleaning up, and he gave me $5 and said, get something to eat. And that was pretty cool because he didn't look like a guy that would give me $5. He's a Benson owner over there. So. What's up, Dante?
How you doing?
Good.
Did you eat anything?
Huh? What's that? That's Dante. He's one of the guys out here. He's actually a really cool guy. I mean, his way of coping. He does a lot of what do you call it? Like he's in a comic book. He puts himself in a comic book, and he's a good guy in a comic book. He's a good guy.
A superhero.
Yeah, he's had you know, mental things where they come and got him or something, but he's still out here, and he gets a little bad because he always asks me something to eat, but I always have something to eat, and if I, you know, don't give him something to eat, you know, it would just go against what. But I tell him, I say, hey man, you got. But it's a matter of, comes down to, if he's out here and he's not being a bad guy, and he's actually it's doing a good thing, feed the guy, or, you know, just, you know, it comes down to that. I mean, you know, the people that are on the streets, they're gonna be mostly people that haven't made the transition to an adult, and, you know, because people that have made that transition, they know that they get a place, they got responsibilities, and the other people, if they can't handle responsibility, or it's just they're gonna have to they can't make that transition, they're gonna be out here, and they're not all bad people. I mean, you got the good ones, and it's just there is mental illness, but like I said before, I don't feel like there's 11%. I've been in 44 states in Mexico on the streets, and I would say only at the most 11% are to the point where they can't tie their shoes, or Harry Perry. That's Harry Perry. He's a legend out here. He runs marathons. I told him I'm gonna start running with you, Harry.
He runs every day, huh?
Yeah.
He's in good shape.
He's a cool guy. But no, it comes down to just, you know, like him. He's 70 something. He's probably almost 80. And you see him, that's inspiring. All these people out here running, it inspires me. It's like, hey, I ate a pop brownie the other day, and I literally started jogging, and I picked up litter. And so, you know, weed's my thing. If I could just stick to my thing, you know, and I'd be all right. But, you know, yeah, just get a healthy addiction, smoke some pot. I would say eating pot is the way to go, because smoking is not good for anybody, smoking anything. So just eat some weed, You'll be all right. No, it's good out here. They're getting it together. It's just you know, it's hard. It's hard. It's hot these last weeks, or last week or two or whatever, and it's still hot. But I mean, you know, it's just because the people here in town, they'll tell you that it's gotten better as far as at night. There's not as much problems or there's whatnot. But I don't think anybody's going to be happy until they walk down this boardwalk or street and they don't see one person on the street, which is possible. It is possible, you know. And I think these guys are. I'm really impressed with the law enforcement here. I mean, I've encountered a lot of law enforcement, and a lot of them not in a good way. And they really have. And LA needs to be like that because they are like on the forefront of the country. Like everything new that comes out, it comes. You know, the West is on that forefront. And they're doing good. They're keeping up with it. When they had that election I actually voted for the first time in my life. They had the mayor election. I did vote for the police captain. And nothing against Miss Bass. I felt good about voting for the guy, and obviously he didn't get in. But like I said, you know, it was a good experience. So I feel more like a citizen when I voted. But yeah, just getting better. It's beautiful out here. I mean, we all want to share the beauty here, but you know, there's more people here. People that are here to enjoy it. They've gone through a lot to get here, and it takes one idiot or one just inconsiderate. Instead of idiot, you should call them inconsiderates, because to ruin it for them, you know. And that's what's got to get preserved. It's this place to be a wonderland for those that are decompressing from their lives. They come here to not encounter like woe is me's and eyesores. And I get it. And so, you know, if they want to employ the homeless out here, they should make them like give them positions where they are pluses for those people instead of minuses. And so yeah, but I don't know. I think, you know, I'll get in place soon, and things will be good.
So do you think the police will come by here in a little bit? And
well, it's amazing they haven't. I mean, when they don't come by when they really should, it's only because they've got something bigger going on, and that's what I've noticed about LAPD is they might have some people are like, oh, they never respond, but they're good at what do you call that, triaging what to do, what to send where and who, and that's an important part of it, you know, because it's just an important part of it. They've done a really good job. I'm really impressed with them. But yeah, they came by. They didn't come by before daylight, which is rare, and said, "Hey, good morning." That's all they said. And so it's kind of like nurturing, nudging, instead of like, you know. And so no, it's cool. It's cool. And I think everything's good right now. Everything's gonna be fine. And just, you know, make a point to be more considerate when you're not in a position of the majority, and it could be good.
can you tell us your name?
Huh?
Your name?
Oh, my name's actually Chip, and then my last name's Monk. My legal name, my dad named me Chip on purpose, and yeah, that's about it. My daughter likes it. She said, "You're a chipmunk." You're a chipmunk. Yeah, but that's.
Are you on social media?
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. When I had a TikTok video that I did a remix for a reggae remix for this song, it got a lot of views, 3 million views and 700,000 likes.
Wow.
And it was just a short thing, but then there's a YouTube video you can see me on. It's called "No Glass in the Plaza," and you'll see me holding a microphone. It's from 2007, but it gives a really good indicator of me on weed only, and maybe a little beer, of weed only, and I'm confident. And I was actually in that Chico, the town up north, to do some MCing for a DJ, and I got a ticket in the park for having a glass container in the park. I had a 40-ounce bottle, but it's a magazine that's called Synthesis, like LA Weekly here, that did the video. It's really good. It's like 5 minutes. I do a flow at the end if you want to check it out. It's No Glass in the Plaza on YouTube.
Okay, I'll look that up.
All right.
All right, nice talking to you, Chip.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
Okay, see ya. Take care.